What's up everyone, this is Sam from 64 Wheels, back more diecast, and today is Throwback Thursday and we have yet another retro review to do. So today we're going to be unboxing two 2010 Hot Wheels Rapid Transit train sets. So this was a line that only lasted a few years, did not get a lot of attention, but had some really cool castings. They're a line of connectable trains that have links on both sides, so you can literally connect like 20 of them to a time and then send it through a loop. They're really good for track. They have these interesting wheels, which we'll check out more. I'm really pumped because I've never opened these. I bought some of these back in the day. I kept them in the package, but I recently got these as part of a collection I bought. I'm really excited to open them because they have some really cool features. And as a bonus, we have this 2006 Truckin Transporter truck. This is a really cool release. These were like the precursor to the Super Rigs. This truck has an awesome feature. I'm really pumped to open this and check this out, and we'll be talking a little bit more about that line. So let's go ahead and check these out. So like I said before, this line wasn't widely accepted by collectors, where today, I think if they released a line like this, it would do very well. I think this type of casting, the connectivity, the train, the track stuff, I think this would do very well now. Back in 2010s, collectors were not going after this stuff. That was like really close to the start of the JDM, like kind of wave, and just Hot Wheel collectors were not going after this stuff. Even today, a lot of Hot Wheel collectors don't go after fantasy stuff, but I think this hits a little bit of the retro early 2000s. If you were a kid, you had trains. Thomas the Train was so big back in the day. I think this line would do very well if they released it today, and it would give something else, like another thing for you to buy that's Hot Wheels that's not overpriced, like a 1/43rd scale that's $25. I think you could probably sink this in at a reasonable price now. And speaking of price, I don't remember how much these were back in the day. These don't have price tags on it like this truck. I don't remember how much they were. I assume they were like $5 or $6 at Walmart, but this has an original Big Lots price tag of $4.50, and then I got it for $3, which was an absolute steal in my opinion. So those have price tags on it, but these don't. So I don't know. Let me know in the comments if you think a product like this, like a connectable train, would do well in stores. Would you buy this now? Let me know in the comments because I'd be interested in hearing about that. But okay, we'll go ahead and unbox these. So the first one is the Rocky Mountain Rail. So this is a more train looking one to me. I immediately recognize this as a style of the like 50s diesel locomotives, like the Santa Fe was a big one. It has that kind of like cab look to it. And then the other one looks like a passenger train with windows, and it has like an, what is that? Like a observation room in it too. Really cool. I like this. It reminds me, the packaging reminds me of the, the Hitch and Haul of Matchbox. Like they're kind of that way where you can stack them up. Really easy for storage, which I like. So these are easy to collect. So I think they were released the same year. So they both have 2010 on it. They link together front and back, and they were like, Hot Wheels actively demonstrated that you could like put them on a track, does a loop, collect them all, blah, blah, blah. And it's funny because there's the one right there, the Rocky Mountain right on the back. I don't remember what that one's called, but it's like a old school, almost like a fire truck. It looks really cool. I think once I have these open, I might buy some more of them. But this was like the very first like Hot Wheels race series back. They were like really pushing this whole line of Hot Wheels, like excitement, just racing, everything. That was like kind of this era. So let's go ahead and bust this one open. I like the card art. I hate to, like, it's crazy that this had been in the package for what, 14 years now? It doesn't seem that old. And I love this, like this Hot Wheel logo, like this kind of generation of Hot Wheels logo looks awesome to me. So let's go ahead and bust this open. Whoop. Check out that card art in its full glory right there. Nice. Another fun fact about this is these connectors on here are the same as the same era Fisher Price, I think it was Fisher Price, right? Thomas the Trains of this same scale had these same connectors. So these are technically in the same universe as that. Like if you wanted to connect those, you could to this. So let's check this sucker out. I love that they move, like they have motion, so you could like send it up a track like this. They thought about that during the design. Very cool. So this one, let's take a look at this sucker. This thing is awesome. I really like the design feature on this because they took that classic train design and then made it like a hot rod. So there's big like V8 exhaust sticking out of it. I assume this would be the engine, like the valve covers. I mean, it's really hard to see with the chrome. Two like portholes. It's got the, I think those are lights or they're horns. They look like lights to me. Got another connection point up front. Then they have these like unique locomotive wheels on it. So these are big. I don't know, what are those? What is that? 12 spoke or not spoke? 12 lug wheels. Huge wheels, like comparison to like a regular Hot Wheel. So let's get this. I know this is the one I've been using. You can see how much bigger that train wheel is to like a bigger size Hot Wheel wheel. It's significantly bigger than that. So these are pretty big wheels and they roll pretty well too. Remember, this has been the package for 14 years and they're still rolling well. So I believe the chassis is metal. So it does say Rocky Mountain Rail on it. The chassis on both is metal. The rest of it are plastic. So these are plastic bodies, but they look great. Let's see. Let's look at the passenger compartment. So they do have like the extra wheels right there. And then they have another connection point out back. You have that chrome observation room there with the windows, the little matching Hot Wheels logo on it. The yellow, I like this. I think this is a good, really good release. I'm a fan of this. I like this, how this like Santa Fe style of train looks. And I think it matches very well in this Hot Wheels. Like, I think they did a good job translating that design into an actual, like, playable Hot Wheel car or train. I don't know, would you call this a car or would you call it a train? A little bit of both, maybe. But I really like the connectivity on that. And they roll so smooth. All right. So let's check this one out. This is the Diesel Chief. So when I was researching these, there is not a lot of information about this line. In fact, like if you go to the Hot Wheels wiki page and look up both of these castings, they don't even have who designed them on there because there's not a lot of information on it. The line only lasted for 2 or 3 years. Like I said, when collectors don't really latch onto something, Hot Wheels seems to get rid of it pretty quickly, even though it might be fun to play with and kids love it. If they don't sell well, obviously, they're not going to keep it going. So I wish they did sell well because this is a cool line to me. I like this kind of stuff. I like collector stuff too, but to me, this is more of like, okay, so the other one didn't have this. Let's see. Instant win game. Peel to play. Wouldn't that be crazy if this was an instant winner and it like won like a trip to an Indy 500 or something? Peel to play. Playing is easy. Oh, look at that. Redeem at hotwheels.com/4real. User code, blah, blah, blah. I don't know. Grab a party roll. I doubt that website still works, but I will try going to it and then putting a screenshot of it on there. There's no way that it still works. 14 years ago, it was probably set up just for this. So let's see. It ends 11:59 on April 30th, 2011. So yeah, this is long gone, but it would be interesting to see if that website still works. So we'll try it out. I'll try it out and then I'll put it on a screenshot there to see if it actually goes anywhere. So another thing I wanted to point out is that they're really specific about these being connectable. So like goes through hoops. And then this one, I don't know if you've noticed, apparently this wasn't big enough and they made it probably double the size and more colorful. So they really wanted you to know that these were connectable. All right, the Diesel Chief. I don't know what this is designed after. I couldn't find like a train that really looked like this. It almost looks like an Art Deco 1930s kind of design. But it also reminds me of the one, this right here. Let me see how I can get this down without dropping stuff. It kind of reminds me of this paint job here. The yellow with the black. Like this would almost look better pulling this plane than the turbulence tug would. Like this is a cool casting to go along with this. To me, this looks very same era and everything. This is a really cool paint job. I like it. I love the Hot Wheels logos. The yellow and black looks good. Again, this has huge wheels on it. I think these are even bigger. They are. Look how big those are. And they have just like this. This one makes this look small, and that's like big as it is. So that is a really big tire on there. I don't know if that's coming off on the video, but those are like giant wheels. I bet these things do pretty well on the track. I might have to try them sometime to do a video on it. But this also has a metal chassis, plastic body. This looks pretty cool though. I like the design. V0141. So this also has all the connectivity on it. It's got the articulating coupler. Look at that big jet. I assume that's like a jet engine. That one, I guess that one's a passenger car too. So let's see if we can just snap these together, how well they snap together. So you just go, push them together just like that. Look at that. Oh my gosh. Could you imagine having a whole collection of like 20 of these and sending them down a track at the same time? That would be so cool. It's like the Loopster, but like bigger scale and cooler castings. Those are awesome. I really like those. Definitely let me know what you think of those in the comments, because I would like to track some more of those down and maybe have a bigger collection of them now that I have them open, because I like the design, I like the color, I like the way they roll and connect. Like these are pretty cool. So let me know what you think of them. So we'll go ahead and put this one off to the side here. And then we will open this one, the Truckin Transporter. So I don't know what model this is. Does it actually say what model it is? No, it just says K5135, so it's like a batch number. I'm sure it does have a name. We'll check the base and see if there's a name. But I was actually looking for this car online because I saw the cab separate on like an online auction. I'm like, that's really cool. I need to pick those up. And then literally the next time I went to a toy show, someone had this for sale for $3. And I was like, absolutely, I want to buy that. That is a great find for me. So this is definitely a precursor to the, Super Rigs line that we've opened a bunch of. It's very similar, even the packaging and everything. It's got the vehicle, it's got the main like truck transport or whatever with one vehicle, and usually they're a fantasy casting, which is on here. I don't think there's any licensed casting. Yeah, there's no licensed castings at all on there. But if you notice, this actually shows a blue car, and this one's definitely a black one. So let's go ahead and bust this one open. This is from 2006. So I think this one went for several years, and then they changed the name of the line again, and I don't know how many years it took between the line that came after this, like the named line, to go to the Super Rigs, but they've been doing these trucks and transporters now for probably the better part of like 20 years. Woo! Definitely a very sturdy packaging on that one. All right, so let's see. Okay, let's check this one out. So we got a matching. This reminds me of the Batmobile, which I don't know if they're trying to make it look like that, but it definitely reminds me of the 66 Batmobile in shape with the little like bubble top, the red details. Definitely reminds me of that. I can't remember what this casting is called. Fast Fuse. So this is one of the castings. I think it was one of the smashed castings. Like I'm totally blanking on what they were called, but they were like flattened cars. They had a bunch of different castings, and I think this was in the line with those. If not, it still looks pretty cool. That engine looks awesome. It's very 50s looking, very like atomic era. Really nice casting, actually. It's cool that, like, even though people, you know, if you don't collect fantasy castings, when you get them open, you definitely start to appreciate the design more and get a better look at them. So open up some fantasy castings, buy them, open them up. They're cool. All right, so let's see if this has a name on the bottom. It doesn't. It just has that like release number, which is kind of odd not to have anything. So it has 2006. It is it's almost a full screw base. Screw, 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 and then one single rivet right there in the front. So, but this is cool. Look at those exhaust pipes. That is so mean. The engine is red. It's got some intakes on it. Man, that is just an awesome, mean looking truck, is it not? I like how the top is open. Like the, the Bone Shaker, like the original one, had the open top. Really cool. And you can almost see rivet detailing and stuff in there. It just looks so mean. Look at that thing. Wild. And it has, I think are these stickers? They are. They're stickers. So these are actual stickers. And you can even see some like glue or something there, which is pretty interesting, because Hot Wheels doesn't use a ton of stickers, especially from like a lot of the lines now. To see stickers is kind of wild. But the exhaust pipes on this definitely hinder some of the movement because it rubs a little bit. So my guess is that if you find one of these open, it's probably going to have these exhausts broken off or at least chipped up from the chrome, from like attaching the trailer and stuff, especially this trailer, because its special power is opens it up and it is a working jump ramp. How cool is that? Even has a track connector down there at the end, so you connect the track to it, fling the car down, and then it almost hits the top of these exhaust pipes, if you can see that, like right over it. So I'm sure these get ruined on ones that have been played with, but is that not a cool feature? Like, that's super rad, especially when they're trying to put, you know, want you to play with track and track accessories and sets. To have a car that opens up into a track is really cool. And I know they've done this a few times. I think the one back in the late to mid 90s, the yellow stunt truck that came with the, I think it was a 55 Chevy or something. It's like $100 now. It's super expensive, but this is like the poor man's version. But this is super cool. It really is. Like, I love this design. And it's pretty big. It's probably, I would say it's definitely a foot long overall. Really good length. And it's designed well. Like, it sits flat. When you go over this edge right here, even this car that sits super low does not catch this. There's a little bump, but it does not actually catch it. Like, it doesn't go clunk and like fling off, which a lot of like ill-designed things will do. So I don't think it opens up anymore that I know. Let's see. Does it open up down here? No, I don't think it does. I don't think you can like put the car underneath of it or anything, can you? Yeah, I think it's just sealed up. So there's nothing else you can do with it. You can pull it off. Let's see here. Where can we go? Right? I think you can pull it off. Maybe not. Okay, maybe not. You might be able to, but at least it moves back and forth like that. It snaps into place. So, I guess you could scoot it back a little farther just in case, but I still think you're going to catch some of those exhaust pipes there if you play with it too vigorously. But man, is that not a hardcore looking design? It just looks great. The whole cab of this truck, like, I would buy this if they released this today. It's just such a mean looking design. Super cool. Well, there you go. There you can play with it a little better once you scoot it back and like click it into place. And I like those big wheels too. Those big semi-truck wheels. I like those. I don't remember seeing those on a lot of other stuff. They had a lot of cool wheels back from this era, like the train wheels, these big old diesel wheels. Like, they don't really use that stuff anymore, and I feel like they could get some use out of it. Like, to me, those wheels would look awesome on this or other things released now. So I don't know, Hot Wheels, bring these wheels back. Let's get some more wheels going, because these are cool. So it also has a couple lines in the top where you can put the car at the top, but that is awesome. Definitely let me know what you think of those. So if you had, you know, $10 to spend or $5 to spend at the toy show, would you buy this, the Truckin Transporter, or would you buy one of the, what is it? I can't remember what the names was, Rapid Transit trains. Which one would you buy? Or would you just buy both? Because these are, man, I would have a really hard time to like going between the two. I'd probably buy the truck just because I think it's a better bang for your buck in size, but play wise, man, these are hard to beat too, especially if you have more than one of them to connect. So let me know what you think of these in the comments. I really like both of these. I will probably try tracking down more of the Truckin Transporters and the trains too, because I really like both of those, and I think they give a better, you know, it's something fresh where when you buy this stuff now, it does all tend to be the same. Like, it has a lot of the same wheels on it, where these are stuff I haven't really seen before. Like, these wheels are new, these wheels are new. The designs are fresh, even though they're older. You know, we're not seeing the same stuff now. So I really enjoy this older stuff. So if you really enjoy this too, let me know in the comments. I really appreciate you watching this Sam 64 Wheels. Like and subscribe as always. I will have another Throwback Thursday video next Thursday, obviously, and then I got a lot of other stuff mixed in that I need to post too. So I appreciate you watching, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Bye.